Welcome, friends, to Kamira's Kitchen, where we make simple recipes with bold flavors. Today, we'll be making a gorgeous and spicy jollof rice, and we've made it even easier by doing it in the Instant Pot. This recipe is so delicious. Let's go ahead and get into these ingredients. I have Maggi powder and better than bouillon, curry powder, smoked paprika and nutmeg, mixed herbs, parboiled rice, plain tomato sauce, as well as tomato paste. One onion, which I will blend and the other part I will slice, half a red bell pepper, 2 habanero peppers and an inch of ginger, a sprig of rosemary, bay leaf, and 2 cloves of garlic. Let's get started preparing our onion. I'm going to slice this large onion in half. 1/2 of the onion I'm going to cut into slices. This sliced onion will be fried in the tomato paste as well as with some oil to begin making our stew base. When I'm done slicing this onion, I'm going to prepare the other half of the onion in some large chunks for the blender. I'm going to start putting my ingredients in the blender. I threw in some rosemary, 2 cloves of garlic that I smashed and peeled, the 2 habanero peppers, as well as the nubs of ginger. I'm also going to be putting in the red bell pepper that I cubed, and also the onion. Now, to help everything mix together a little better, I'm going to put in a little bit of water. I put in about 1 1/4 cups of water to help everything blend well. Press the saute function on the Instant Pot. I'm putting in about 1/4 cup of canola oil. Now, you could also use vegetable oil or even coconut oil if you want your rice to have a slight coconutty taste. We're going to use this oil to start frying our onions, and then we'll end up frying our tomato paste with this oil as well. Our onions have now been frying for about 3 minutes until they're translucent. We're going to go ahead and start adding our tomato paste. Now, you're going to have to fry this mixture for about 10 minutes because you really need to get that acidic taste out of the tomatoes. But you have to constantly stir because you don't want this mixture to burn at the bottom of the Instant Pot. Now, look at those tomatoes and onions just sizzling away in the Instant Pot. You can tell this is going to be good, and after about 10 minutes, it should look like this. The tomatoes should be pulling away from the oil, and you can begin to add your spices and your herbs. We're really going to add a nice flavor to this tomato paste base so that our stew can give a nice rich taste to our jollof rice. It's really important that you take a little time to fry these herbs and fry these spices and the tomato sauce so that we can get a good flavor. Now, here I'm throwing in my Maggi powder, my better than bouillon, and I'm going to be adding in the mixture from the blender. I'm going to stir everything well and just kind of give it a second to warm up, maybe a minute or 2 before I go ahead and I toss in my rice. Time to cook our rice, and I'm putting on my lid and I'm putting the knob on sealing. I am going to cook this at high pressure for 10 minutes, and I'm going to do a 10-minute natural pressure release. Now, some of you may run into this problem where the pot will come to pressure, but the silver indicator may be down. If that happens, just take off the lid and close it again, and the knob should come to pressure. It's been 10 minutes and I did a natural pressure release, and now I'm going to quick release the rest of the pressure. Now if you see our rice, it looks so gorgeous. It has a nice red color that you would expect from jollof rice, but it's not quite ready yet. I'm going to go in with some chopsticks and fluff up my rice. Now this is just a tip so that you don't smush rice. Use chopsticks or a fork to fluff it up a little bit. I want to put in some frozen mixed vegetables because I love the color and I think it adds a nice texture. So I'm going to put those in now. I'm going to stir this up, and I'm actually going to close the lid and let the rice steam just in its own juices for about 15 minutes, just so there's a little bit of excess moisture around the rice, and it just needs to sit to kind of collect those juices a little bit. If you can see, it looks great, but there's a little moisture, a little wetness around it. Okay, now this is also a tip. If you ever get slightly undercooked rice in the Instant Pot, you can do this and it really does help with the texture. So I'm putting the lid back on, and after 15 minutes of waiting, our jollof rice is finally ready, and it looks so good, and you can see that that extra moisture kind of got absorbed into the rice. My vegetables are fully unthawed, just in the steam, and if you found your rice was a little bit hard, you could have actually added in a little bit of water even right now and just let it steam for about 5 more minutes with the lid back on, and you're good to go. The only thing left to do now is to plate up your delicious rice. Now, my husband is Ghanaian and he could not wait for me to finish plating this up, because immediately after I took my thumbnails, he snatched this plate and he ate it all up. Now, of course, I had to add some fried plantains, because are you eating jollof if you don't have some fried plantains? The next day, we ate this with some homemade garlic Parmesan wings and a ranch dipping sauce, and it was absolutely amazing. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this recipe. Comment below if you'd like to see how I made these garlic Parmesan wings, and subscribe to this channel if you like weekly uploads of flavor-filled, simple, and delicious recipes. Goodbye!